Let's go. It is 3v3 fighters time. The players have been drafting civilizations for the best of three here, and we can see max power here with the Chinese starting with more villagers than everyone else, but as a result, of course, needs to focus early on food to get that production going. It's an awkward start, but it can be very rewarding if you get yourself through the start with as little idle time as possible, because then essentially you'll be some builders ahead. We see 28 seconds of idle TC time, not too uncommon for the Chinese to begin with, although it can be shaved off even further if you're very attentive to the food count and drop off food in time to get that 50 food to queue builders. So that's Chinese right-hand flank for max power. In the pocket position for Melocotonaso, we have Persians. Not necessarily your go-to pocket as compared up with Franks, Lithuanians, even Indians with their camels. But certainly a good booming civ. It's easy to start working faster in the feudal age onwards. So, and they have access to fully upgraded camels and paladins, not to mention their knights line have extra attack against archers, so that could be useful when fighting cavalry versus archers. Italians to the left for Tito here, having a little bit of idle time there, nothing too crazy, of course. And we'll probably be playing the archers as well. Italians more famous for naval maps, but let's just mention the maps here, because these teams, the map bans are Team Islands and Migration, so we're not going to see any pure naval maps for this set. In fact, their home maps or their map picks are Arena and African Clearing. So, I mean, you don't need Italians or Portuguese then for the naval approach, so you could easily use them for Arabia instead. Italians have a 15% discount going through all the ages, so if you exploit or use that correctly, you could get to crossbows and arballists earlier than your opponents because of that saving. So Italians certainly have things going for them on land. It's a very open tech tree. You'll see here full blacksmith for the Italians as well. So you could do you don't have to play the archers, but that's usually the go-to, of course, on the flank with Italians. Now, as for Peach Ice team here, probably wordplay on Peach Ice Cream, but yeah, Lin here out scouting, now with Japanese on the flank. I like Japanese personally I like Japanese for flank on team games, especially 3v3, because you have a strong men at arms opening, which you can do really early with the Japanese. You can do 20 population men at arms with Japanese, maybe even 19, though I never tried. But they fall short of Britons with the faster archery ranges, Mayans with the cheaper archers. Uh-oh, Lin. Uh-oh. No! Rip Builder. Rough start for the red player here. So Japanese, they don't have any direct archers bonuses, but they have all the upgrades. So at least they get fully upgraded arbalists. On the right hand side, we have Jabbersquawky here. A fellow Norwegian, actually. I think he's in the AB Norway Discord as well. Something familiar with the name here. But Jabbersquawky playing as the Ethiopians here. That's a more common pick for Arabia in general and in team games, because Ethiopians have faster firing archers. They are granted 100 food, 100 gold upon reaching each next age, which makes for a smooth extra burst of economy to let you afford upgrades more easily, more archers, men at arms more easily affordable, etc, etc. So and finally, we have the Belgian in the pocket here with Khmer. That is not your... I mean, there's nothing wrong with Khmer. You could go ridiculously past Cavalier, and I think that's exactly the Belgian's plan here, because Belgian is at 22 population currently, has not clicked the feudal age just yet, but is going with 2 villagers to gold, and Loom coming in here, so it's going to go 20... Well, he's queuing another villager. Oh, there's the fuel H. So 22 population up with the Khmer here, and you'd usually think that might be a scouts build, a 22 pop scouts, but no. Belgian here with 3 on gold. He plans to go straight for the castle age here and get to those knights right away. That could be ridiculously strong if they're able to pull it off here. But of course, if you realize that the Khmer pocket is going up very slowly here, compared to some of the others, then you should be punishing that. You see, Belgium hasn't really walled much either, will rely on hiding in houses, as is one of the Khmer bonuses. So I'm very curious to see if this build order can be pulled off correctly. We'll let you get to the knights way, way, way ahead of even the Persian's pocket on the other side here. But also no scouts to fight in the feudal age, so his Belgian's pocket, the Belgian's flanks here. Ooh. Oh, there's a gap there. Okay, it's fine, it's fine. Maximum efficiency over here. Belgian will be rendering his 2 flanks very vulnerable until that castle age kicks in. Looks like Lin is indeed going for the men-at-arms here. That's the Japanese up in the feudal. 20 villagers here, but keep in mind that Lin did lose 1 to the mighty boar. So that's 1 villager less, obviously. So that's essentially a 22 population men-at-arms. Upgrade about to kick in. Japanese infantry also attacks more quickly in the starting in the feudal age. On the other side here we have Jabberwocky moving forward with... No, not moving forward, sorry. It's chasing Max Power Scout here with 3 villagers and... Uh-oh, yeah. Fine. So what's the Belgians' resources like here? Is it going to be a straight cast stage? It is indeed. Oh, that's so ambitious. But it's something you really don't expect. Good work on Lin here on the left-hand side, by the way. Getting value from the men-at-arms, delaying significantly, actually denying an archery range from Tito 96 here. So this could be rough for Tito. Did get the range up further down here, so good thing Tito had the wood for that. And the Belgian joins in with the starting scout as well to provide a bit of scouting and maybe help Lin out here against the first few archers before Tito can get to the upgrades like fletching and such. I think we have quite a chunk of idle worker efficiency here. Yeah, it's very low for Tito currently, but that's going to stabilize, of course. Off woodline. Now on gold, gonna make a few archers and clean up this men-at-arms opening, which has already given solid value for Lin here. Jabberwocky on the forward here with some archers for the Ethiopians. They fire faster. They don't have any upgrades yet, I think. Well, fletching is in. Never mind. Fletching is in. Max Power is going skirmishes here. And in fact, Max Power can comfortably go skirmishes here. You usually can't do that in a team game. But given that the Belgian went for a straight Catholic, there's no military for the Belgian until just now. So that should make quick work of the... archers of Jabberwocky here. It's a decent chunk though, and they do fire faster, so maybe getting out ahead here after all. No upgrades whatsoever on the skirmishers for max power here. I'd say good offensives on both sides here, buying the Belgian lots of time to go for that cheeky Khmer straight fast cattle play here. First, knight is out, but the Belgian only at 25 builders won't really be able to pump out too many knights here, as the resources for 1 or 2 more knights, and that's where it stops. Meanwhile, Tito is defending against the men-at-arms here now. Lin, what's the situation at home here? The ranges are up 2 ranges, in fact, mixing in some skirmishes as well. Not loving that in team games in general, but if they keep the opposing pocket busy, there's less of a chance. Yeah, the scouts are over here, so I guess Lin can add archers or skirmishers comfortably after all. Always go skirmishers in TG. They die to any melee unit, and especially cavalry. It's a bad choice, unless you know you're not threatened by enemy skirmishers. People don't make melee units. Not too sure about that. Playing on the left side here now with the archers. Again here, using archers now to snipe skirmishers. That's risky, but fletching or defense isn't in yet for Tito 96. So as long as these skirmishers are low in numbers, that's fine. And skirmishers, that's about the only army that Tito can make here, because Tito is off gold. There's a gold over here that is scouted, so that could be a point of refuge for Tito to get some gold access again. Now, what's up on the other side here? Oh, it's a good spot by Jabberwocky. That's going to be 2, 3, 4 villagers down here. Ay, ay, ay. Nice work finding those archers over here. Now we have the Belgian knights joining in here as well. Persians at 39 villagers with no sign of a castle age. This could be a very quick and devastating Arabia game if Peach Ice Team keeps the pressure up like this. Yeah, good aggression here. Max power is over here. If the Belgian spots that, I think the Belgian army easily cleans this up. So that's an option, but they're pressuring the Chinese player here now. They are allowing the Persians' pocket to get kind of a free boom here, though, but Delbosch here drops another stable. It's the Catholic queued, maybe. What's the resources like for the Persians? Has the market, could sell some wood and buy some food here and go after the Castle Age if need be. And on the left-hand side, Lin apparently thinks she's Saracens here, taking out a mining camp with the archers alone and succeeding in that. Skirmisher defense for Tito. Just 2 knights from the Belgium would be enough here to kill all these skirmishers. So if they want to, they could request some pocket knights to help here instead of losing archers to skirmishers. But Lin is basically just buying time for the Belgian to keep producing units and not get hit at home. So even losing archers is fine here with the current power that Peach Ice Team are with here. You don't want to waste archers needlessly though. That was a bit of an unfortunate engagement there. On the other side, however, Max Power is getting severely idled here. Did lose 11 villagers. That's some amazing aggression here from Jabberwocky and the Belgian. And still no sign of Castlate for Delbosch. Oh, use that market, get that food, you buy food, go Castlate, you'll need it. You'll need knights, not scouts. This is the food needed to go up to the Castlate right here for Delbosch. Panicking a bit here and going full feudal against an enemy pocket that has been in the Castlate for the last 7 minutes. It doesn't look good for Melocotonaso here. Looks like they want to move on to the pocket here. I love that choice. Persian still not even clicked up here. They could do amazing damage to Delbosch here. Lin bringing the rest of the archers home here, maybe pending that Castle Age transition to get to the crossbows. And certainly did idle Tito quite a bit. Did actually only get 1 villager, but took out lots of units. Look at the KD, 21 to 3. They want to break through here, just break through the gate. Palisade Gate has very limited armor. Looks like Delbosch is going to take a hitting here now. More knights joining in as well. Jabberwocky with a huge mass of Ethiopians archers here, and they are about to become crossbows as well, because the cast age is just a few seconds away. And the Belgian feeling comfy at home here, adding another town center on stone and wood here. Most notably the woodland here, of course. Jabberwocky shouldn't need to worry too much about the archers. There's still no upgrades for the cavalry units for Delbosch here. So, yeah, those scouts are going to go down, and the green pocket will be left somewhat incapacitated here. Only +1 defense on the knights of the Belgian, otherwise the Belgian could goes straight for the town center as well. Well, it's a Persian TC, so maybe not. It has extra hit points. Castle Age, 20% to go for Del Bosch here, but the resources not allowing for a whole lot of units here. Maybe 5 or 6 knights. That's just not going to cut it against the army masses on the field here. 69 military for Peach Ice Team, and 25 for Melocotonaso. +2 on the way in, says the Belgian. That is correct. And actually, it doesn't really need to rush it here either, the Belgian, because there aren't any archers on the field from Melocotonaso here. There's yeah, 7 archers from a Tito Chinese player. The GG is called. Peach Ice Team take the first win, with Jabber Squawky's crossbows being the most created unit for their team. Quick look at the stats. Pulling up game 2 shortly. We're gonna go to Melocotonaso's home map, and they've been picking Arena. The Belgian is somewhat of an Arena clown, so I'm looking forward to seeing what he'll accomplish there. But yeah, we'll pull up the second game shortly. Let's have a look at the 8 PM as well, because we can. Single tasking villagers queuing in the beginning of the game, possibly. Game 2 coming up. Arena it is. Going to have a nice and slow start. That's fine. As you can tell, we're at 1-0 here. Peach Ice Team taking the first win. So the different brackets for my tournament, they have different solutions as to what kind of setup it is. So for Peach Ice Team, or for the 1000 to 1250 bracket, it is a group stage. 12 teams, 6 teams in each group. Top 2 of each group advance to the semifinal and the final, which will be best of 5 and best of 7 respectively. Oh boy. Oh boy. The Belgian with the Bohemian's pocket here. I'm smelling some Hussite wagons here, but we'll see. Could be Trash Monks as well. Fast team Trash Monks, who knows? Probably not. Lin with the Koreans. Is this going to be a full-on wagons masterpiece? Hussite wagons, war wagons. Remains to be seen, of course, but we'll be paying attention to that. Fantastic spot for a TC later on here, if you want to secure the golds and stones, but forward main goal, not ideal. And Jabberwocky with the Britons here, a civilization that many players dread to play against on Arena, because Britons can just turtle it out with their archers, crossbows, arbalest with extra range, +2 extra range in Imperial Age, and another +1 with the unique technology. Probably gonna see the Britons go for the archers here, of course. Archers with the Britons range behind Hussite wagons. That could be interesting, because the Hussite wagons, if you have them in front, the units behind take less damage. So that alone could be a huge force of power here for Peach Ice Team. But this is Melocotonaso's home map, so let's have a look at their civilizations here. Seems a bit more conventional here, with the Lithuanians for Del Bosch here in the pocket. And you can't hide behind Hussite wagons. What do you mean? From God. Yeah, Lithuania's pockets here for Delbosch will want to snag at least 4 relics then to capitalize on the +1 attack per relic that Lithuanians get for their cavalry units. To the left-hand side, we have Vikings here for max power, which is a bit of a surprising pick for Arena. It's not your go-to Arena civilization, but they do have amazing economy, amazing boom, fully upgraded Arbalists, of course, and even the elite berserkers could make sense in certain scenarios here. Yeah, we'll see what the Vikings have planned here. Could even, if slinging wasn't forbidden, it could have been a slinging play here from the Vikings, but yeah, that's forbidden until Imperial Age, so that's, unless it's fat deep sling, it's not gonna work. Eco 96 to the Tatars here, this is just the this is mind games all over for this arena game. We really don't see Tatars picked a lot on arena either. Tatars, one of their absolute strongest plays are the cavalry archers, but cavalry archers and their mobility, they really benefit from pulling back to hills and using that extra Tatars hill bonus, and you don't have a single hill on arena to benefit from that. Full flaming camels. Now that would be the day. Not seeing it happening just yet. So what do we speculate in here? What's the plan? We might even fast forward a little bit because I'm not too much for theory crafting here. Bohemians, of course, they have amazing monks, cheaper monasteries. I believe they have all the technologies and the unique technology in the Imperial Age. And having the monks and monastery technologies cost only food. We might see it in play here. But I'm assuming it's rather a fat castle. Drop a castle and get those Hussite wagons out because it's just such a ridiculously strong unit. And Arbalists and Cab Archers won't really have much to do against the Hussite wagons with their Pierce armor and everything. Where are you going? Oh, yeah. You're going to gold in the back here. Jabberwocky on stone could be just a defensive castle here to turtle it out to the Britons. Could also be a castle for Longbowman, because why not? It's an even better archer in many regards than the Arbalest from the archer ranges. But it's also harder to mass, obviously. Ah, here we're going to stone. Belgium going up at 23 population here. Keep in mind that once the next age sets in, Bohemians get the mining upgrades for free, so you'll need fewer on gold or stone to keep up with a similar amount as you otherwise would. Trying a new build in tournament, of course. Why not? If you do something new, then nobody will expect it. Even if it's the first time. It's the barracks for Delbosch, so could be that Delbosch wants to go blacksmith stable to the cast age here and get some army out right away. Yeah, I'm not sure what their plan is here with these civilizations, but they may just have been picking their favorite civilizations, which I absolutely would recommend when you're playing for fun. Play what you're comfortable with and do your thing, so to speak. Lynn isn't on stone yet, but Lynn also just about to reach a feudal age. There, oh, that's a okay. So it's a fantastic TC spot, I said, but it's also a fantastic mining camp spot. It's a multi-purpose mining camp here, and it's one tile to the stone, one tile to the gold. Fantastic, fabulous. Belgium all the way to the cast age at 25 population here. I don't know how we pulled that off. Only one on stone. Gonna be a boom here first, and then some army maybe. Definitely only one on stone. That's not enough to get the castle up. 2 more on stone. Okay, fine. 3. Yeah, alright. So it's going to be the Hussite wagons. Castle on the way for the Belgian here. Britons with the Rangers. Surprise, surprise. 6 on gold, enough to sustain 2 archery ranges. Maybe you'll need 7 for Britons, because Britons do produce the units more quickly. But yeah, that castle is going to go up, presumably defensively as well, but you never know. And we see the castle ages on the way for the whole old Peach Ice team here as well. Delbosch with Lithuanians, not quite up yet. Oh no, 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 no! No, no, no! The only time in the game you place farms around your mill before around the TC, that's if you're the Poles and have the Folwark giving you that extra food boost. There's literally no reason to leave your farmers exposed, like even within the stone walls. But imagine you get castle dropped here, and you'll actually have 3 farmers idled. It's not that your pocket is going to get castle dropped, but there's always a chance of someone breaking in, or Britain's archers would also reach some of this stuff. It's yeah, definitely better to farm around the TC first, even if it means even if you're keeping walking distance in mind. That's so efficient farming economy though. Two mills to either side here, and 10 farms already for Del Bosch, without even having a horse collar here. So those are going to need to be replenished sooner than if you'd be able to pick up horse collar before seeding most of those. 5 on stone for the Belgian, 100 stone to go, and then the castle can go up. Here comes the university as well. And I don't know what green is flaring here. Relics locations maybe? Yeah, relics. So a bit of a scouts run in the middle here. Del Bosch, you need to help out. You need to help out. Oh, nice. Crisis averted. It's a castle drop for Jabberwocky, isn't it? Ultimate arena play and not going straight for the pocket. Almost a little bit disappointing. But I love the castle placement. It denies the 3rd gold. It also denies the stone here, and to some extent a little bit of the gold as well. I'd actually consider placing it even a little bit closer here, but I don't think there's a lot of army here from Melocotonaso to deny this castle drop. Cab archers out for Tito though. Could be denied here. Ultimate arena play. Don't tell me castle drops aren't frequent on arena. Like Chariot. That was basically my intention. Castle Edge is in for Jabberwocky, but not prioritizing crossbow upgrade here. Might be thinking about the longbowman instead, but then the castle needs to go up. Nice, some quick walls here. That doesn't keep the cab archers out. Is this going to be denied? We have Vikings scouts here, by the way, which is also a little bit confusing. This was almost a loser game castle, but it goes up. So good on Jabberwocky for getting that one up. We see the castle is up for the Belgian at home as well, and Hussite wagons joining the party. Lynn with 2 on stone here has two ranges up here, so it's going to be the crossbows first and then maybe into war wagons later. They benefit from the same upgrades, so why not when you're the Koreans here. I'm a bit confused of Max Power's choice to go for these scouts here, but it provides some mobility across the field, of course. And that's probably the intention, to take the middle of the map to secure some relics and make sure that Del Bosch can collect them. No relics collected this far though. Probably for killing monks. Yeah. Maybe. But then why doesn't the Lithuanians player go scouts? Or the Tatars? Why the Vikings? Yeah, and there aren't any monks to be killed either. Longbowman in the queue here for Jabberwocky. Going to apply some pressure on the Tatars here, limit those cavalry archer numbers. No, Bodkin arrow is in by the looks of it, or is it just fletching maybe? Let's have a look here. It's only fletching, but since it's Britain's still +2 range because of the Britain's bonus. Monster app from Max is going to start collecting some relics, while the Lithuanian player has the Monster app and sending the first monk out as well. Lynn going into a bit of a boom here with at home, and the Belgian now going to apply some pressure on the Vikings player. Now, one issue here with the Hussite Vikings is that one of the better defenses here is to go into redemption monks, right? Because this is considered kind of a siege gunpowder weapon, like the organ guns. You need redemption to convert them. And Vikings don't get redemption. Tatars, I believe, don't get it, but Lithuanians do. So Lithuanians are the only civ here that is able to convert Hussite Vikings. This is Lynn, the map scripter. I don't know if Lynn is scripting maps. I know she's streaming on Twitch and is French, Vietnamese, but that's about my knowledge of Lynn. So how are we doing over here? Patient matching of cavalry archers here for Tito, I have to say. No stone walling yet. Did Tito sell stone maybe? No. Didn't sell stone, didn't mine stone, and now no stone obviously for Tito here. And on the bottom side, Belgian and Lynn are working together with a significant chunk of army here. Hussite Vikings just strolling in here one by one from the castle. And this is going to be awkward for the Vikings to handle. Feel like we need Lithuanians knights over here, but then again, if there's this massive crossbows with appropriate upgrades, the crossbows could snipe the knights as well. So this is getting rough for max power over here. So we're through the stone walls. One relic collected, but not unlikely that this monster goes down. You don't even need to worry that much about sniping the monk here. Oh, it's open! No! No! Oh, man. Alright, so they're just happily strolling in here. Stealing Lithuanian's relics. Yeah, also a valid point. Why not just bring the relics to the green player here? Then the green player can get extra attack on the knights and more easily deal with the Hussite wagons. You see, there's just not enough knights here to deal with the aggression. Tatars making cavalry archers. It does have the mobility to meddle in here, but as we can see, Jabberwocky is applying some heavy pressure on Melocotonaso's side as well. Then who did Thebes get his team Acropolis from? I don't know. I played that tournament, but I don't know where the maps came from. Ay, no great boom for the Vikings here. Defensive castle goes up. That's also a significant investment, of course, having to task so many villagers to build it. Worker efficiency pretty darn low for max power here, and a forward castle to be dropped by the Belgian. Yeah, they have a bit of a distance to walk here, but that castle is probably going to go up. It will render this TC useless. Might even range some of these farms with the appropriate upgrades. Oh, crossbows. Going a bit to waste to cast the fire here. And lean with the forward castle as well. Aye. And it's a great migration for max power here to try and save as many villagers' lives as possible. Yeah, Teal is taking a beating here. Belgium said that the max power is their strongest player, so that's probably why they're targeting max power so heavily as well. So they've done their homework, apparently. Imperial Age on the way for Jabberwocky here. That's going to give another range instantly to the longbows here. And of course, unlock Bracer, Chemistry. Do we actually have a University? Of course we do. Because Ballistics is in, Masonry in as well. That boosts the hit point of the castle, making it even more awkward to take out. Always do homework. It's for team. You job as team captain. Ah, I see, I see. Look at this disrespect. Gonna steal the whole base of max power here. With the Imperial Age in for the Britons. Well, that doesn't really contribute much to the left-hand side, but it does open up the opportunity for Jabberwocky to add a trebuchet or two here, and just start pounding away at Tito's base as well. They're not even gonna let the Vikings have the relics here. Taking out the Monastery with rams, Hussite wagons, crossbows. Pretty darn solid military lead for Peach Ice Team. They're a bit lower on villagers, but that doesn't really matter when you have this kind of army domination. Imperial Age on the way for Lynn as well. Lynn does have a forward castle, so that could be used to produce crabs and take out this teal castle here. Max power with a bit of a desperate reboom in the green base, but they're just too far behind now. With longbows, 5+5 range now. They could get a potential 6+6 when Bracer and Yeoman is in, can't they? But Bracer is in. What am I missing here? Is it 5+6 maybe? No, Elite gets another range, of course. Elite Longbowman, that's 6+6 range with the unique technology. May not need it here, to be honest. Decent Knights numbers for Del Bosch here. But then again, it's Imperial Age upgraded Longbowman. They're not elite, but they're still... They have that extra attack from Bracer and Chemistry as well, yeah. Nice choke point there for the longbows to sit in as well. Good work of Del Bosch to try and take out some numbers here. Snipes the Treb, buying some time here for Tito to try and stabilize, but... Oh, it's gonna be rough. Tito with this castle in the face that stops all access to stone at home base, anyway. So it's not going to be easy for Tito to get a defensive castle up here. To answer a tournament-related request there. Hussite Wagons hitting away here. Lynn is in the Imperial Age and still making War Wagons. Could add a trebuchet, of course. There's not much left of the teal base of max power here, down to 62 villagers. Somehow Melocotonaso are still only like 27 villagers behind here, but they're behind in progress. Only one player in Imperial Age, and Blue is still taking a heavy beating at home here. Is not ever going to be able to easily move out here and do any kind of counter-aggression. Lind is here with Arbalest as well. They really going to focus on the flanks here now, are they? Not really the pocket yet. Well, here comes a very forward castle on the front gold of Del Bosch here, so again, opening for Trebs to take down defensive castles and break through and just end the game then and there. Look at the military difference though, 150 to 30 military here, pretty crazy, to be honest. GG is called. You petarded the castle. This one? I want to see that. Or... Okay, we need even a little bit further back then. See if we can find it. Ah! Uh-oh, uh-oh. Hussarwagons tanking Castle Fire. Enter the petards. But you'll need 8 petards to take down a full castle, so that was only 6. But Hussite Wagons, of course, finish the job here. GG is called, and Peach Ice Team take the 2-0 here. And I don't know if why I'm not getting to see the end here. There we go. GG to Peach Ice Team taking the 2-0 here. Didn't seem to face the strongest resistance, but it is a group stage and a seeding difference here. So they will be meeting stronger resistance either through the group stage or in the semis and finals, should I make it that far. Let's browse through the stats here. Rose and luck seem very strong, yeah. Some strong teams for sure. The general idea for the group stage setup is to play 1 set per week, but it's yeah, it's a bit more flexible in general. No more 69 builders only. How do you afford all that military? Lin with the best boom here by the looks of it, and let's just have a quick look at the APM charts as well. So, moving on to the